I was inviting some people, making sure, everybody was on the call, because we're going to have a guest speaker a little bit later on in the call. He's going to be on at about, maybe in like the next 20 minutes or so. So I'm not going to take too much of your guys' time. So I do appreciate you guys for getting on. First and foremost, my name's Isaiah. For the people that don't know me or meeting me for the first time, I do these webinars every Sunday with the sole purpose of helping people understand their purpose in their business. Because it's important to understand where it is that you're coming from and where it is that you're going, so that you can help people through a journey that we all love when you make it to the other side of, the entrepreneurship journey. Because there are some obstacles, that if you don't have a coach or if you don't have, somebody walking you step by step, that can be a little difficult and can get a little challenging. Because there are some, quick tips, there are books that can help you, and I'm going to share a bit of, where I get some of my information on this call. Obviously, I'm not going to take too much of your guys' time. For the sole purpose of it's Sunday, wanted to make sure that everybody just got on for maybe 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes. I know sometimes people have to go do things, and I understand. That's why this call is being recorded, and all of the calls will be recorded, including the ones that, you guys do on the one-on-one segments. Those are different. Obviously this call is just more for the purpose of setting our goals, making sure that our goals are on track. A lot of the people that are on these calls are people that are on our team, and they have been on our team for a while. So we hold these calls for accountability. I know that a lot of us can agree that the most important thing in life is accountability. When you can have somebody that can hold you accountable, when you can count on a Sunday night call to say, you know what, I need to set my trading week right. I need to set my business week right. I need to set my life right. I need to get a better attitude for, maybe the work week on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. If you work Monday through Friday, I need to get better sales. If you're in, sales, whatever it is the case may be, you want to expand on that. So I wanted to take the opportunity to also introduce a little clip that I was listening to, and I wanted to share with you guys. It's about a 3-minute clip, and then I was going to share a few things, and then obviously I'm going to give our guest speaker some time to give his outlook of the week for trading, and then we'll wrap it up at the end of the call. At the end of the call, I'll have like a little instruction on how to win on these calls, some cash, because I do giveaways for people that do certain things throughout the week. They promote the calls. I do this with the sole purpose of giving back, because I feel like, I've been put in a position to give, and I want to do that back. To every single person that gives, and even to the people that don't give. I like to give them my word. Obviously, don't spend too much time with people that don't see your purpose, and that's probably something you can write down. That's what's made me successful. That's what made a lot of people successful, is just eliminating all the people that don't believe in you, or that partially believe in you. Because at the end of the day, this is about you and your family, and the people that you love, respect, and trust, right? So thank you guys for your attention. If you guys find this, of value, share it on your page. Obviously, I'm going to share this on our YouTube and on our Facebook and Instagram pages, so you can share this. And that's how the contestants are going to, be winning from time to time. Sometimes I'm going to have posts, but again, at the end of the video, I'll go ahead and go over that stuff. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and play this clip. That way you guys can listen in. Thank you guys for your time.
You'll often hear people say, is there really a science to getting rich? There's an exact science. If there's an exact science and you learn it and you follow it, you're going to get rich. People develop in mind and soul and body by making use of things, and society is so organized that people must have money in order to become the possessor of things. Therefore, the basis of all human advancement must be the science of getting rich. The object of all life is development. Now, I want you to think, when you're broke, you have absolutely no money. I know most of you have never been that way. I've been that way, I'll tell you. And man, life gets pretty rugged. You can't do this, you can't do that. You even get to the point where you're real hungry. We cannot rise to our greatest possible height in talent or soul development unless we have plenty of money. In order to unfold the soul and to develop talent, we must have many things to use, and we cannot have these things unless we have the money to buy them. Each of us has a right to life. This means the right to have the free and unrestricted use of all the things that may be necessary to our fullest mental, spiritual, and physical unfolding. In other words, our right to be rich. You have the natural and inherent power to think what you want to think, but it requires more effort to do so than it does to think the thoughts which are suggested by appearances. To think according to appearances is easy. To think truth regardless of appearance is laborious and requires the expenditure of more power than any other work you have to perform. Don't let what's going on outside control you. The fact that you haven't got any money in the bank, forget it. Listen, when you find out where the money is, you're going to be one relaxed dude, I'm going to tell you. You know where it is? It's right here. It's wherever you are. It's wherever you are.
I hope you enjoyed this video.
So I wanted to share that with you guys because it's pretty important to understand like what it is that you're striving for, obviously, one, and it's important to understand that like a lot of the limitations that come in your life have been put in your life by, you know, just limited belief systems. Like, you know, sometimes school, your parents, you know, just people not understanding what it is that you're trying to do. Or maybe yourself, you're not understanding exactly where it is that you're going. And that's something that I would love to, you know, always help people understand at a better level. Obviously, a lot of people look for, you know, the flashy things. A lot of people look for the followers online. A lot of people look for, you know, certain things and specifics, right? I always like to, you know, just tell people, like, if you're looking for specifics, specifics most of the time aren't going to make you any money. I learned this very early in my career in sales. I realized that, you know, sales was one of the things that you wanted to introduce to everybody because you sell yourself on your goal and your dreams. And that's part of, you know, why we do these calls, so that we can, you know, sell ourselves on our dreams and goals. Today's topic is going to be God's positioning system. You know, a lot of people, out there, some people believe in God, some people don't. If you don't believe in God and you're watching this on YouTube, you can, you know, call it life's positioning system, because either way, you're going through a positioning system. You're going through a processing in life. That's how you develop, and that's how you attain certain levels. That's how you start attracting more people. That's how you start attracting more abundance into your life. And that's how you start becoming more in a sense of yourself. So that's how you want to interpret life every single day. You don't want to complain about anything, because if you complain, that's what you asked for, really. Because essentially when you ask for something, you get a problem, and you fix the problem, so you become successful. You become an entrepreneur that has a lot of solutions for different people, has different ideas that, you know, can help the average individual truly make a living from, you know, podcast, for instance, because a lot of people don't know how to navigate Zoom calls. A lot of people don't know how to prepare a call. I do, you know, calls for myself, and I prepare calls for other people as well, you know. So if you're interested in, you know, doing that later down the road, that's something that, you know, I would love to help you out with. It's really something that, you know, inspired me to, you know, really share with others, because for me, it was something that, you know, I never saw myself, you know, really being successful from doing podcasts. To be honest with you, when I first learned this, like Bob, I was very broke. And I was in a very, very dark place. So I didn't necessarily, you know, trust information like this. I was like, you know, I have to go, you know, get a job. I have to, you know, work really hard, because that's what I learned in life. And that stuff just wasn't working for me. Not that, you know, I don't work hard now. I work extremely hard, because I probably work harder than I did at my job. But what I felt when I was there was that I couldn't truly be myself. I couldn't truly, you know, exceed that bar that I wanted to exceed, as far as, you know, development and progress, because we're all looking for development and progress in life. So we want to just understand what it is that we are doing and where it is that we are going. That's very important in life. But what I mean by that is daily, you know, these daily rituals that we fail to, you know, have or write down. Because I hear, you know, numerous people tell me, like, oh my God, I'm gonna write that down, Isaiah. But like, you know, like right now I got it in my brain. That's something that, you know, is very far from happening if you have it that way. You want to always write stuff down. Like prior to this call, I'm not just winging, this call. I prepared it for you guys because I was like, you know what? I appreciate their time. I appreciate all the people that are watching later on the replay, because there are people that watch this on the replay, and I appreciate the people that are live, and that's something that, I always, develop every single Sunday, a call. That way I make sure that I stay to the topic and I share what I need to share with people. And you truly take note of this, because if you can take note of this, if you can just listen to this conversation is going to help you make money. That's what the whole purpose of this is. Like you guys heard Bob Proctor there. He's one of my actual mentors, personal mentor. And he always says, the purpose is to make money, because when you make money, you help your family, you help all the people around you be in a better position to succeed. And that's what the purpose of, the trading calls are for. That's what the purpose of the mindset call is for, so that you can start thinking and expanding your brain to a greater concept of money. Because there are, easy ways to make money out there. I mean, easy by, the sense that you're at home in your comfort and you get to do the things that you love to do. Because there's nothing easy about what we do. It's definitely, blood, sweat, and tears. You have to truly be committed to this stuff, and you have to truly be invested into personal development, personal growth. If you're, the person that loves personal development, personal growth, then this is something that's up your alley. This is something that you're going to love. And truly, truly, you're going to love this, and you're going to see miracles happen in your life like I have. I've seen some things in my life that, I would have never dreamt of. Like I've been to maybe 100 places in the last year, and that's something that I don't say that to brag or boast. I say that just to impress upon you guys that this is possible for you too, because I'm no different from you. The only difference is that I started sooner, and I kept being consistent. And, the purpose of some of these people that are on this call as well, that are more advanced, are just to see, the support and, also get, better understanding of how it is that we run our team, how it is that we do our calls. And obviously there's something great every single time that you get on one of our calls. That's one thing that, I record these calls. I take note of these calls, and I love, just doing them. Because prior to the call, I was thinking like, what I was like, what am I going to say on the call? And then like, it just comes to you because you've been doing it for years. It's one of those things to where like, you don't need to like think about it so much. And I want you guys to get to that level as well. So the first thing I want you guys to write down is working with less to make more. Okay. Working with less to make more. How many of us have felt like we need a lot more to start something? I know that I did when I first started. That's what I'm saying. Because I was like, you know what? I think I think I need to know about networking. I think I need to know about like, the business a little bit more. I think I need to do it myself first, and then I'll share it. But what I realized is that I was stopping myself from my own blessing. And part of it was disbelief in my own self. That's what I realized it was. So what I realized is that I needed to build my faith up. I didn't necessarily know how I was going to do that until I ran into mentors like Bob Proctor and Alex Morton. They were able to transform my life in a different level. They were able to help me create miracles with certain things that, I never thought possible. Like now we have like a beautiful baby boy, as you guys heard in the background earlier. He's amazing. And we were able to, have him on July 4th, which is a very significant date for me. As you guys start, to get to know me a little bit better, you guys will know what that really means. But as of now, I love doing what I do. I love sharing this with you guys because this can be you too. I'm no different from you. Like I said, I'm not like pulling any tricks out of a hat or anything like that. This is coming from the heart. This is stuff that's helped me, that's helped a lot of people. And as you guys can see, this is something that, when you believe this information, like I believed it for me, because it was coming from millionaires, I took it in and I was able to create this business. And I've been doing this for about a year now. And I hope that you can do the same thing too, whether it's in trading, whether it's doing both, whether it's, trading and writing books, whether it's trading and, writing songs, or whatever it is that you do. My truest desire is that you fulfill all of your deepest desires in your heart. And that's for every single person that will watch this later, and for every person watching it now. So focus on your present to see your God code. Now, Amanda, my beautiful wife, she's going to do a call on the God code. That's going to be amazing. So I wanted to share that with you guys because everybody has that code within us, right? So we have those attributes, those qualities that we can bring out or we can shut out, right? So if you bring them out, they help you shine in a different light, right? It's really simple when you allow God to speak through you, or life, whatever it is that you choose to believe. Because I don't, discriminate anything. Because God loves everybody, and I love God. I believe God, but I'm not going to force that on anybody, right? So life does not give you, um, it does not give you it does not give you details. That's what I want to share with you guys. It does not give you details. Sorry, I was like looking at my handwriting, and I was like, oh my god, my own handwriting, because I wrote it out, so I don't have the best handwriting. They say, and I'm just gonna make a joke of this. They say that geniuses and millionaires, they don't have great handwriting. This is true, because I was at an event one time with one of my millionaire mentors, and he just like spelled something out, and the girl couldn't, she couldn't understand it, and he like let her know, like, hey, look, it doesn't take a smart guy to make a lot of money. It takes a person that knows how to connect with people and how to be real with people. Because I know that probably every single person that's on this call has liked a person to be more real than to be more like I guess book smart or textbook presentable. Because a lot of the times you can't trust that nowadays. You want to be trusting somebody that can give you something real and something that you can feel and be able to take back home with you. So that's something that I wanted to share with you guys, because I was like, oh my god, life does not give you what? Like, I just wrote it out. But yeah, write that down, guys. Life does not give you the details. You fill in the details with your goals. That's what you get, right? If you believe that, you will get that. If you don't, then you'll get something else. But either way, what you think is coming into existence. What you think is coming into existence. What do I mean by that? So what you think is coming into a reality. It's it's by law that every single thing that you think of comes into matter. Like, just like everything, like the light bulb, right? A lot of people don't think about this kind of thing, but the light bulb, before it was a light bulb, I'm sure that the person that invented the light bulb, obviously, let's not get into technicals, right? They got tired of the candles. They really got tired of the candles. They really, were like, you know what? I really dislike candles. And, that's how the light bulb got invented, right? So when you look at, things outside of specifics, you're able to make a little bit better sense of things in your life, right? Obviously, I know who invented the light bulb. That's not the purpose of this. The purpose of this is to help you understand that just like the light bulb got thought into existence, your life gets thought into existence. Just like before I got onto this call, I thought about this business, 10 years ago. Why? Because then I started a sales process when I was 22. So that was 8 years ago. So I've been doing this for about 8 years now, to where I've been counseling people's mindsets. I've been sharing information like this, which is why this is really comfortable for me. But it's really an uncomfortable journey. Because believe me, when I first started, I was like, oh my God, I don't think I like this. I want to quit. People were in my face. I really needed to hit goal, which is why I made this, company really relaxed, to where I want to help you trade. That way, that's your first source. That way you understand that really well. Because once you understand trading, boom, you're flying with everything, right? And then you can get into the personal development industry a little bit more, because you start seeing that trading is going to be your way. Because if you're working, if you're doing other things right now, it's very difficult for you to fit it all in. And I want you to fit in what's most important to you. That's always what's most important to me. Okay. So life does not give you details. You fill them in with your goals. Okay. Remember that. How can we work on our faith? So how can we work on our faith? Because our faith is what's going to give us everything that we have in our life, right? And faith is obviously the substance of things that are hoped for and things that are not yet seen, right? So faith is grown through our imagination. I know this sounds like super, super fifth grade, right? I know that for me, when I first heard this, like, I was like, yeah, I know. And even till this day, I have to tell myself, like, dude, like, your imagination is key. Like, I set 30 minutes aside every day to like imagine my life the way I would like for it to be every single day. I truly, truly, truly do that. And I get in detail. I get in specifics. Like, I want this car. I want this house. I want, to have a team over 100 people this year, which we're up to 30, which is amazing, to all the people that are, on our team in this call right now, and for the future teammates as well. San Francisco and Stacia, off the top of our, screen that I can see here, are on the call right now. You guys are amazing. You guys are able to, create momentum for us to keep going, and I really truly appreciate you guys, because I'm excited to see you guys be on the Sunday calls as well. So that's something that I'm excited for, and I thank you guys for being on these calls. I really appreciate you guys. So faith is grown through your imagination and our purpose in realizing it. So that's the main thing. Not just imagining things without a purpose and realizing it. You must imagine, and in that purpose, realize what you're imagining. So what am I imagining? Okay, so I'm imagining a business. I want to make trading work for me. Okay, so be realistic, set a goal, set a date. I want to be successful in trading. I want to be successful in entrepreneurship. I want to be successful in whatever the goal is, and set a date. Set a date for that. That way it happens. A lot of people ask me, well, like, should I extend my date if I don't hit the date? Um, well, of course, you should extend the date until you hit the goal, right? Why would you not extend the date? Like, would you just like restart the goal? That'd be pretty dumb, right? Just continue going from where you are, extend the date, and then go from there, right? Use your imagination and never be afraid of, truly voicing what you think. Okay, so what you think should be spoken out. Obviously, don't you know start doing it at first if you don't feel comfortable. Understand what it is that you need to do. Understand what it is that you need to be, you know, understanding. And as for the people getting on this call a little bit later, I am going to record this. Well, actually, I'm recording it now. And I am going to have it on YouTube so that you guys can watch the entirety of the call. But for now, just pick up right where we are. I am going to be, passing this over to Brendan over here in the next like 5 minutes or so. That way, we can get an outlook of the week for trading, and then we can wrap it up from there, guys. So thank you guys for, being up to, speed, for the people that have been up to speed in the call. And thank you guys for the ones that are hopping on. I just wanted to acknowledge you guys. Thank you guys for hopping on. So faith is grown through your imagination and our purpose in realizing it. Okay. So understand you have to have a purpose in realizing your imagination. Okay. So faith and purpose is realized through your imagination, and understand that with faith, that's how you become the scientist versus the dreamer. Okay, so you have to have faith in order not just to be a daydreamer, because there's a lot of people out there that are like, oh, I can make this happen, but they don't really put in the effort to make things happen, right? What do I mean by that? They don't chart when they need to be charting throughout the week, right? I ask you guys, hey, send me a chart, send it in the group so I know that you're up to speed, so I know where you're at and you're charting, so I know where to direct you, right? Because at the end of the day, personal development is not the main goal here. The main goal is accountability. If you can hold people accountable, you can help them become successful and become great in whatever it is that they do. And at this point in time, I just want to, thank you guys for, being on this call. It's very important to create a bridge and not a tunnel when we talk about our self-discipline, right? Well, when I talk about my self-discipline, and I'm going to end it with this, and I'm going to transfer it over to Brendan. So when we create a bridge versus a tunnel with our self-discipline, what we are able to do is we're able to see the other side because we're creating the bridge. When we create a tunnel, we can't see around us. What do I mean by that? A tunnel is something that's easy for you. If it's easy for you, you should probably not be doing it because it's not something that's going to help you grow. Something that's hard for you will always help you grow. Things that are hard in life are good things for you. You just have to find the way around what it is that you're having a difficult time with. Like for me, I wasn't very outspoken. And you guys are probably telling me like, dude, you won't shut up. This guy's on the call. I love talking. I know that you guys aren't saying that, but there are people that, have said that to me in the past. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to pay attention to you. I'm going to keep doing me, and I'm going to keep building my trading company. And that's what this is all about. So I want to thank you guys for being, so patient. And I want to thank you guys for giving me your time tonight, because I know that you guys could have been doing anything else, but you guys were on this call wanting a better version of you tomorrow and every single day after that, because I truly believe that every single one of you guys has a millionaire mentality. And I know that every single one of you guys can achieve and win in trading. So I want to, pass it over to Brendan. So I'm going to unmute you, bro. So whenever you're ready, just go ahead and, go ahead and start. Thank you, guys.
Hello?
Yo.
All right. So yeah, I was just gonna go over some stuff for the week, some stuff to look out for in the markets, both from like technicals and a news perspective. So let me flip over to right here. First thing I do on like Sundays, on like the weekend, is to look and see what is going on for the next week in like the news. And Sunday, nothing really going on. Monday, for the most part, same thing as well. You do have consumer price index news. These are released, I believe, quarterly. So you'd want to see how this winds up going. This will affect the Australian dollar. Uh, it's hit or miss on whether it will actually move price at all. Under the current circumstances with coronavirus and whatnot, countries getting locked down, I would feel like this would have a bigger impact than what it normally does. And we don't have much data to look on because the last time that they released it was April 23rd, which can't really get much information off of that. Same thing with this one. This is consumer price index as well. The CPI and the trimmed mean CPI, they go hand in hand. So whichever one's doing, the other one's going to do the exact same thing. Looking at Wednesday, you do have pending home sales month by month in the U.S. Like 95% of the time, this does absolutely nothing. But given the current circumstances with coronavirus, this has caused bigger movements in the market. Their expectation, their forecast is 15.6% growth. Now, I work in real estate, and I can tell you that it is most likely higher than this, just from my my market, at least. So I would expect this to be higher. That's just off of my area. That's which is in the entire U.S. They have crude oil inventories that normally does nothing besides the price of oil, and it moves the Canadian dollar sometimes as well, because the Canadian dollar is like linked with the oil, because their economy is heavily linked to oil and the price of oil. And then you have the FOMC releasing their monetary policy statement, the federal funds rate, and then they have a press conference afterwards. The federal funds rate under these current circumstances will do nothing. It's going to be the exact same thing of below 0.25%. Everything that you would learn from what would happen in the markets would either be from the statement itself. And I brought up the Federal Reserve website. So this is like their homepage, and it would be right down in here when they release it at that time. You just click on it, and this is like the document that would tell you what's going on. And it's basically things to look out for is their outlook on how the economy is going to be doing in the future, what they're feeling on everything. It's essentially how the economy is doing, what they're planning on doing to help relieve the economy, just like an overall sense of it. And then they have the press release or press conference afterwards. Generally, you can either find these on YouTube. They do like live on YouTube. Sometimes you'll find it on their website itself, but I've always found it on YouTube. Just follow along, and you'll see if you like watch the U.S. dollar, the value of it as they're doing this, you'll see like different things that they'll say will cause different movements, and it'll cause like 20-30 pip movements in like a second. It's kind of crazy. Basically how this will go is essentially just like how the economy is doing, like what they're gonna do on it, stuff like that. Going on into Thursday, preliminary GDP doesn't normally do stuff. Advanced GDP, sometimes it does stuff, sometimes it doesn't. It's very hit or miss. Its outlook on it isn't that good because everything's been in quarantine since they last released this. So looking further, the Canadian dollar GDP, this I'll look for with your CAD crosses, because this is like their actual GDP like release, like showing how good their gross domestic product is. where the advanced one, I don't exactly know 100% what the advanced one is, but it's not the actual GDP and it doesn't affect it as much as what the actual GDP month to month is. Now, looking at pairs, AUD USD is basically the exact same thing as what I talked about last week. We're just still filling out this wedge. Like I talked about, it'll try and wedge in here as much as it can before it tanks. We're still in the process of this wedging. Not much to say other than that. You could see the movement off of this when the Tuesday AUD news comes out or when the Wednesday USD news comes out. One of those two times, you'll most likely see price move off of this. I'd look for it to go down. That's what market structure is saying that it will do. But we're, in unprecedented times, anything can happen. Another thing in the news I just remembered is a stimulus. See what is going on with this. I think I read somewhere that Monday was when they were going to reach an agreement on it, but nothing is confirmed as of yet. The reason, I don't know why they're taking forever, but you see Euro USD is still skyrocketing because they haven't reached an agreement. Like the value of the US dollar is tanking right now just because of uncertainty from them not being able to reach an agreement. Don't know what the problem is. Seems clear and concise to me, but I'm not in that field though. But when they finally release this, you'll see the value of the US dollar get stronger because there'll be a plan in place on what to do with the economy. But until then, you'll just see this most likely skyrocket because of that. And you'll see the same thing with GBP USD. It's just blowing through all the technicals just because there is no clear, concise message from the U.S. government on what to do, what their plan is. I was pretty confident they were going to get it done by last Friday. Did not wind up happening. They say I heard that it's going to be on Monday. Who knows when they'll finally reach an agreement. But with GBP USD, you could see a rejection off of here as a retest off the broken trend line. But right now it's just pushing. It's just pushing up. It broke through the resistance zone, broke through the two trend lines. It's just going up. So I'd look for a rejection off of the broken trend line, but that's something that I'm ideally getting into. USD CAD prices at former resistance zone turning into a new support. It's on that trend line as well. It's kind of breaking through it right now, but it's also only a two-touch trend line. And two-touch trend lines aren't as accurate as ideal as three-touch trend lines, trend lines that have more prices, points of where price rejects off of them. So it's not something that I'm just saying it's hey, it's just gonna landslide, or hey, it's gonna need retest, or anything like that. But it's something that I would look to see rejection off of this area, see how that goes. And GDP JPY, I had a markup for this and it got deleted. You have a smaller trend line within here forming, and where was it? I don't remember where it was. Yeah, the smaller trend line in here forming, prices doing the exact same thing that AUD USD is doing, just kind of working its way up and wedging within here. Not much else I have to say other than that. And then I have NZD CAD. Now, since I marked this up, it is breaking out of here. I marked it up earlier today. I had to mark up for this to go up and break through this trend line, and it's already kind of done that. So I'd look for a correction down and then a continuation from there. I'll flip NZD CAD, GBP CAD, looking at it, and we have a head and shoulders going on right here, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, like an inverted one. And then price is currently at this resistance zone. So I would look for price to break through, retest and go back up, or reject off that resistance zone and go down. So I would look at the lower time frames and just wait until you see a candlestick formation that will tell you what is going on with it. And Isaiah, can you unmute your mic? Or
Yeah, I got you.
the call's gonna end in like less than a minute.
Cool. Yeah, that was great. That was great, bro. If you need longer, I can have the guys, hop on a little later. Just on the same link, just hop on after if you want. If not, we can just end the call and then have them be on Tuesday.
Okay. Whatever you want to do.
Okay. I'll message the people and then I'll let you know. All right. And then if not, bro, this was great. It was phenomenal. I'm gonna find a way to pay for the pro. That way we can have a little bit more time.
But yeah, it's essentially like what I have. I had like Euro THF as well. Price is kind of just like in a box range. It's currently in the middle of it, so you would wait for price to get to either the bottom or the top of it and look for a rejection.